Hey guys, Matt here. This is my review of Captain America: The Winter Soldier. This movie is directed by Anthony and Joe Russo, who previously directed You Mean Dupree. This movie stars Chris Evans, Scarlett Johansson, and Anthony Mackie, with Samuel L. Jackson, Sebastian Stan, and Robert Redford. Captain America: The Winter Soldier takes place after the Avengers, and now Captain Steve Rogers has adapted to his modern society. The only thing new and unusual he faces now is the way S.H.I.E.L.D, or the government, is running the country. They're blurring the lines between justice and fear, protection and control. And so after tragedy strikes, Steve Rogers is blamed for the crime, and with the help of Black Widow, played by Scarlett Johansson, and an Army veteran, played by Anthony Mackie, Captain America must clear his name. But hot on his trail is a Russian agent known as the Winter Soldier. Going into this sequel, I was curious how they were going to take Steve Rogers, a soldier from World War II, and have him exist in this modern world. They started doing that in the Avengers, but I was curious how they were going to make a movie with him. Not only that, but I wanted them to fit in everything they couldn't at the end of the first movie. Let me tell you, not only did this movie meet my expectations, but it exceeded them. This movie was awesome. As far as the acting goes, everybody worked really well, whether they were a main character or had a minor role. Because to me, this movie had action and had a good storyline, but this was more about character development. All the things that we saw hinted at and started in Avengers with Nick Fury and his motives, Black Widow and her backstory, and even Steve Rogers adapting to society is drawn out in this movie, more developed, and I really like that. Chris Evans, I really don't need to say much because his portrayal as Captain America was great. He was good in the first movie, he was good in Avengers, but he's even better here because I liked how his character was not brought up to speed right away. I liked how he still didn't know all about the world. He didn't know certain musicians or songs. He really only knew about his past life, and so I liked how he ran into people from his past. And I liked how his character even made fun about how old he really is. He had great chemistry with everyone, from Black Widow, Anthony Mackie, to even butting heads with Nick Fury. I liked how he still was able to be shocked and surprised. Something I really liked about this movie was not only did we get some old, familiar Marvel characters, but we also got some new faces this time around, including Robert Redford as Alexander Pierce, Anthony Mackie as Stan Wilson, Frank Grillo as S.H.I.E.L.D. head of security, and even Emily Van Camp. Anthony Mackie, Frank Grillo, and Emily Van Camp are three actors and an actress that I've always wanted to see go far, and I've always wanted their own time to shine. In this movie, they get a lot of on-screen time, and you'll definitely remember who they are. Of course, I can't talk about Captain America: The Winter Soldier without mentioning the Winter Soldier himself, played by Sebastian Stan. What a bad guy. Even though he doesn't say a whole lot, I haven't seen a bad guy that awesome and badass since Khan in Star Trek Into Darkness. And I've got to say, the fight scenes between him and Captain America, amazing. Great cinematography, especially when he whips out the knife and he's switching hands with it and catching it. So cool. All the scenes with the Winter Soldier were just awesome. He was like Cobra Commander meets the Joker, where he was a bad guy and he knew his mission and he wasn't afraid of nothing. For those of you wondering, no, you do not have to watch the previous Captain America movie to understand this one. They show you flashbacks and have backstory, but it would help you appreciate the characters more. This movie had so many layers to it, so much attention to detail, of things they didn't have to put in the movie, but they did anyways. Whether it was the showing or mentioning of a fellow Marvel character, to the unexpected comedic moments, including one of Sam Jackson's most famous movie roles, to a Captain America Smithsonian exhibit. Having been there myself recently, I thought it was very impressive. I also liked the fight sequences. They would show you close-ups of the Winter Soldier's arm and how it powered up, or Captain America would get a cut on his face and later it would be sewn up. Like the other Avenger movie tie-ins, please stay during the credits. This movie has 2 end scenes. This movie had a good musical score, good storyline, good acting, good character development, great action sequences, great fight sequences, even a great end credit sequence. So because of that, I'm going to give Captain America: The Winter Soldier an A+. This is definitely the best movie of the year so far. And it's better than all the other Marvel movies in my opinion, except for the Avengers. So it's definitely worth seeing, guys. Till next time, see ya.